All right, welcome back. So, a lot has happened since the last video happened. So, last time I left off at this statue of the seven, the one that was over here, and I had recorded the entire third part, but then I was still dealing with that same choppy video problem, so I had to record the entire thing again. And the second one I recorded also had problems. So this is my third time recording this. I really hope we don't have any more problems this time around. So let me recap on everything that has happened since the last video. From here, what I told you to do was you can enter the water and chase after the fish that are here. You just keep interacting with them and you get fish. So that's up to you to do. Like I said, it's completely optional. Another thing you want to do is run around the edge of this place and look for any flowers there. Make sure to get them as well. So let me get myself healed up while I cut talk. So what you do is that you proceed with the story after that. So you'll head off in this direction, and after a while you will meet your first free character in the game called Amber. Amber is a pyro user. Now, in the previous video, I talked about our traveler gaining animal powers, but I didn't explain what animal is. So this explanation I'm about to give will be very easy to understand if you've watched or played Avatar, The Last Airbender, or The Legend of Korra. This, it's pretty much almost the same thing. So in the world of Avatar, there are people known as benders, people who can manipulate the elements. So they can control a certain element of their choice. And the four elements that were able to be controlled in that world are fire, water, wind, and air. Sorry? A fire, water, wind, and earth. Now, in this game, what we have are what we call vision holders. As you can see here at the top left, that thing you see there is known as a vision. Anyone who has this, depending on the kind of vision they get, can control a certain element. And in this world, in the world of Genshin Impact, there are 7 elements. You see these elements as part of your loading screen anytime you come into Genshin Impact. I'll name them in the order in which you get them. They are Pyro, Hydro, Animal, Electro, Dendro, Cryo, and then Geo. I know these names sound a little convoluted, but they're actually very easy to understand. Pyro is fire, Hydro is water, Animal is wind, Electro is lightning, Dendro is basically plants, Cryo is ice, and Geo is earth. Don't worry about memorizing all of these things. As you continue to play the game, you'll start to know them like the back of your hand. So don't worry about that. If you don't know how the back of your hand looks, well, don't worry, you still know how the game works. So after you meet Amber, you proceed to Mondstadt, and then just after you meet Amber, continue on with the story. You go to Mondstadt, unlock these 2 waypoints, and then continue the story quests until you get to. You'll continue the story quests until you've finished these 3 domains. That's where we stopped. So right after this, you unlock your 3rd free character known as Lisa. When you're done with that, then you'll be exactly where I am. I just came back to the statue of the 7 to heal up, and also to make sure that the place where this video resumes is the same as where I stopped in the previous video. Now that that is understood, let me now get into the other things that I wanted to discuss in this video. So after you've done all of that, you can now come back to this video and continue on. So now, Now, most of the things I'm about to explain here have already been explained in game, but I'll still go over them again. Now, with Amber, if I press and hold and charge up her arrow and I shoot the grass will catch fire. If I switch to my character and then I do this, you notice that the fire spreads and also my attack changed to fire. This is known as an elemental reaction. This is when two or more elements combine to do more damage. And there are different kinds of reactions you can do in this game. With the team that you have here, these 4 characters that you have here, you can do melt, you can do vaporize, you can do overloaded, you can do frozen, and you can do swirl. These are the reactions you can do. Now, elemental reactions, they're not very difficult to understand. I'll give an example. If water were to come in contact with electricity, what would happen? The water would conduct the electricity. That's just the exact same thing that happens in this game. So if someone was wet and we hit them with an electro character, which is Lisa, they would be electrocuted. That's basically what it is. Now in this version, now another reaction you can do is known as overloaded. So if I set him on fire and then I do this, no, not him, him. You saw the overloaded reaction there. That is known as overloaded. So those are examples of elemental reactions. Now, there are 2 kinds of elemental reactions as stated in the Genshin Impact wiki. There are transformative reactions and there are amplifying reactions. Let's try another reaction. I'm going to hit this guy with electricity and then this is known as superconduct. It's made by the combination of electricity and ice. Another reaction we can do is melt. This is the reaction between fire. Oh, okay, you can already call fire. It's the reaction between fire and ice. You get melt. Dodge this. Now, all of those white particles that you see coming towards me are known as elemental particles. If you look at the bottom right, you see your Q skill and how it is glowing. If you use your Q skill, also known as your elemental burst, you need to recharge it. You only recharge it with your elemental skill, with elemental particles. And elemental particles are gotten when you use your E attacks. Your E attacks don't need any particles, they only need a short period of time to cool down. You gain these elemental particles faster if you do elemental reactions. So I'll give an example. Yeah, so I'll use my Q here.
Oh, so sorry.
Notice that guy is infused with this. So now, for me to do this, I'll need to do this. Notice that the bar is getting filled up a little bit more. So that is how you recharge your ultimate skills. Oh, don't forget this as well. Now, I'll advise you to keep trying out different reactions with the different characters you have and see if there are any more reactions that I missed in this game. I won't teach you every single thing. I'm just trying to teach you the basics of the game so you'll be able to catch up and know exactly what it is that you're supposed to do in order to gain more and more damage. If you want to go into very deep specifics, then you can read the article that I'm going to link below. It will go into details explaining the different kinds of elemental reactions we have and how they affect the damage that you do. But know that the way to do a lot of damage in Genshin Impact is to do a lot of elemental reactions. I hope that's very, very clear. If you have any issues or any problems, let me know in the comments and I'll try to answer them. Now, earlier in the game, you unlocked the shop here, and you also unlocked wishes. We're not going to talk about those now. Right now, I want you to go over and do Kaya's Troubles, this quest. After you're done, after we are done with this quest, I'll come back and then I'll tell you what next to do. Click the video in the end screen of this video to move on.